The advice and opinions expressed by the host of Autism Live and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice. The Center for Autism and Related Disorders advises working with a board-certified behavior analyst who has experience with autism before starting any intensive behavioral intervention. Any choices you make in determining your child's treatment are completely at your own discretion.
Good morning and welcome to Autism Live. Dina, you can unmute now.
I did. I'm sorry, I was trying. I'm glad no one could hear me. I was laughing so hard with your purple pink puppet.
You know, we got to keep it real. So I'm Shannon Penrod and we're coming to you live from a lot of different locations. We're coming to you live from my house. Dina, where are you?
I'm actually in my office. I'm in my office. Nice.
You're like a crazy working woman.
What can we do? What can we do, right?
That's right. Well, and I'm working too, but I'm working totally from home. And our producer is coming from a third location because we're observing that distance. We're way more than 6 feet apart. But I am so excited because it's Mother's Day week. And it was really important to me this week to have some of the mothers that I find the most inspirational on the show. And there is Dina Kimmel for a very good reason. I don't know if everybody knows, but they call you Mama D because you are a little bit everybody's mom. You are an amazing mom and you are an amazing advocate in our autism community. And of course, you are the founder and CEO of an amazing place for all of our kids. I'm talking about the We Rock the Spectrum kids gyms, and which are all over the place now. How many places are your gyms in now, Dina?
Oh Lord, I guess it's a good sign when you don't know how many. We're in 90. We're in 90 locations, and soon to be, within the next couple months, 100. As we just partnered with a great family who's going to be opening them all over the Middle East and as well as the states here that we don't have gyms in. So we're going to be in 50 states within the next 24 months.
Wow. Well, and what's fun is that I remember when you had one gym and you were like, well, maybe someday we'll get to 15. And then I blinked. It was like 3 seconds later and you had 27. And now you're at 90. You're a crazy woman. And these gyms are amazing. Take a second to talk a little bit about what people can find at the gyms, Dina.
Well, I have to first say that I have to be honest with you. And you asked for me to be on the show today. It didn't even dawn on me. Hello, it's Mother's Day weekend. I've been so consumed in being, as you said, the Mama D to my own children and the franchise and keeping everything going that, thank you. Thank you for saying that. It's right back at you. You're an incredible mother and have been my mentor since I started this, 10 years ago. So I'm very appreciative of your generous and kind words. But yes, here we are now, started in 2009, and I can't believe it. We Rock's 10-year anniversary is the 1st of September. So,
wow.
Who would have thought now 10 years later, something that I started out of just this great need for my son in 2009, when he was diagnosed in our home, which has now become a gym again, by the way, with quarantine, right? And then some. Thank God for the outdoors and the beautiful weather right now. But here we are today. I can't believe I'm sitting across from the flagship gym, and yes, I'm very blessed because there's only 2 other people in the office right now. We're more than 12, 15 feet apart from one another. But I'll tell you something. I don't know about you, but I'm sure this quarantine has done a lot for, a lot of things, a lot of different things for many people. I think it's brought out the best in, I would say, the vast majority of us. And then, of course, our fears as well. And as long as you can't let that, fear take over you, I think that really we're coming out of this on top. But I would have never thought 10 years ago that I'd be sitting here talking to you. I was, working right now, on closing, my first lease in the Tarzana We Rock. And thought, oh my God, this is gonna be so incredible for Gabriel and for Sophia. And I don't have to go to, you know, my clothing stores that I owned. I could just be here every day and have Gabriel's therapy in the same, you know, place where I work. And I don't care if I make even $1, just as long as I can be here and help the community and let the community see what being on this OT equipment every day can do. Because who can afford $150 an hour, right? 7 days, not me. So, you know what happened, the history. We opened up and 3 weeks later it blew up, and I never thought I'd be a franchisor, because what did I know about franchising? But always been a businesswoman. And when the need was there, it was more, you know, this is first and foremost, this is about passion. This is about the children. It's about, yes, the inspiration of these 2 beautiful kids that my husband and I have, that's grown into, you know, really helping and saving hundreds of thousands of people across the world. It's incredible. But I'll tell you, I've never been more proud of who we are than, look, I'll get emotional, than who we are today. This quarantine has just done really amazing things for the brand, for the mission of inclusion, realizing, what are we going to do? There I was. What are we going to do? What's going to happen?
Well, can I just interrupt you and say that it has always been my pleasure to know you. You have been a light. And from the first time that I ever met you, I was like, ooh, that's somebody I want to grow up to be like, because you're a mover and a shaker, and you don't settle for you're always moving, and you're always moving in the right direction, Dina. But as you said, this brings things out in people. And there have been a couple of people that I've kind of stood by and gone, whoa. You know, some people just went, oh, okay, well, then this is going to be a staycation and I'm going to go home. And, you know, I guess I'll take a break for a couple of weeks, which has now turned into, you know, a couple of months. But what I saw you do, because there were a lot of businesses that were sitting there and they were like, oh no, this is going to hurt my business. And a lot of gyms had to close. They closed their doors. And what I saw you do, I'm going to forever be in awe of you.
There's the garbage truck, by the way, in the background. So it's perfect timing. Sorry about that.
No. I have helicopters that practically land on my house. So we just have accepted all of it. Okay. But so Dina, instead of saying, okay, well, we're just going to close our gyms, please tell everybody, I'm so proud of you. Please tell everybody what you did.
You know me, I don't take those moments to go, oh my gosh, I can't believe what, you know, myself and my family have put together. I don't have those moments. And I'm able to have, of course, we all are able to have so much time for reflection. But when this first hit, and as you know, the state of California was the first to close down entirely, it was a weekend. Okay. I was, you know, basically on my own because my team is off on the weekends. Myself and my COO, Gail Field, we're on. We have this private owners group where we're always, you know, you can't see my fingers here, but texting and, you know, messaging people. And, but other than that, all of a sudden this happened and I was like, oh my God, oh my gosh, what do we do? Wait, are we essential? Are we non-essential? I mean, I know we're essential for the special needs families, but what do we do? What do we do now? So there I was calling my attorney, you know, talking to the Chamber of Commerce, you know, and we were considered at that time non-essential. So all doors closed. Well, that didn't sit well with me. And I'm not going to lie, I had a very stressful weekend. I was helping owners. I was answering questions because the special needs community was freaking out. We can't keep our kids, especially you remember when your son was younger, like 9, stuck indoors for 2 months? Heck no. They become, our kids, as you know, they become aggressive. You know, kids that were never aggressive are becoming aggressive because they have no outlet, right?
Yeah, they got to work their yayas out.
I just love that word that you use. I love the yayas. I can't say it because you say it so perfectly, but yes. So I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting there for 48 hours the whole weekend. I was helping my owners, you know, answer messages, panicked. It just seemed like my whole team was like away that weekend. So I couldn't get a hold of anybody. And Gail, my COO, had just had, you know, a minor, you know, surgery. And so I was literally on my own. I'm not going to lie. And that just doesn't happen anymore, right? You can't run a company like this, you know, unless you have this amazing team like we have. So there I was on the couch taking a couple, you know, hours, cat naps. And I literally woke up and I went, our nonprofit. Well, as you know, we have a nonprofit called My Brother Rocks the Spectrum Foundation. And I said, I need to turn this franchise into an essential business. What am I going to do? So I called up one of my board members and I said, listen, this is my thought. This is what I want to do. It was literally 1 o'clock in the morning, but thank God he's on a different time zone. I said, I want to take care of all the first responders, all the healthcare workers, and the essential business kids. I want to take care of their children. I want to do it for free. So that's what I want to do. I want to do that worldwide as a franchise. We have to be a part of this. We have to keep our doors open, because what are we about? We're philanthropic. Okay. Yes, you have to pay for an admission. These individual franchisees are business owners, but not during crisis, not during something like this. We go back to the basics. We need to help families. And it couldn't be just about the special needs families, right? It needed to be about the essential care workers. Okay, so how can I bring that together? Well, if you're an essential care worker, if you work in a hospital and you have a special needs child, there's nowhere for you to go. They shut down daycares. They shut down everything, right? And you don't want to give your child at this time, to a grandparent where you can make them, at risk. So the Mama D, kicked in, and we put in the electrostatic spray daily, in our locations. Everyone was gloved up, masked up. We did this big announcement via MBRTS. And I'm not sure if you saw it out there on social media, and we said what we were going to do. And that was it. I couldn't believe it. More than, I would say 75% of our locations, I'm sorry, again, that's the trash in the back.
It's okay.
More than 75% of our locations were able to stay open. Some of our locations in different countries, it was mandated that they shut down completely. But I'm sorry, I have to laugh at this. It's just, right? Can you believe this?
We can barely hear it.
Oh, you can?
So,
okay, good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, I called the mayor, I called the mayor's office. I wanted to make sure that this was okay. I made sure that my other owners, again, called their local officials' offices, and they said, yeah, you're essential. You can stay open. So this is what we've been doing now we're going on 8 weeks. So the kiddos, they come to the front door with their parents. We're on our knees. We're sanitizing, their hands. Mom and dad can't come in. They have to be masked up. We've got our electric card reader. We scan their card, and they come in, their kiddos' IDs come up. We've got these little cute guitar key tags, and we just, again, it's, contactless, we don't touch anything. And guess what? When our doors reopen, we're putting the same protocol in place, because like you and I were talking about earlier, parents are still going to be nervous, when we open, it's going to be what has our mayor said here in California, Los Angeles, 25% capacity, right?
Yeah, 25%. So, I'm just so proud of you. What a wonderful thing to do. We talked on the show about taking lemonades and making lemonade, and you made incredible lemonade.
I will tell you, for me, there was no choice. And it was very hard for the gym owners. I have, each of my locations here, I've got 90, babies around me. How am I going to keep them calm? How am I going to keep them okay? They need to keep doing what they're doing. They can't be locked up in their homes. So many of them want to, again, they can't just sit in your home and take care of your own children. When you're a part of We Rock the Spectrum and you are daily making an impact, on children's lives, there's no stop. So once we did this, and once again, I met with my board member and he gave me the go to do it. We've spent tens of thousands of dollars on funding health, first responders, healthcare workers, grocery store workers, pharmacists, kids. We're taking care of them. And it's been so, just a wonderful experience seeing that, across the board worldwide, there hasn't been a COVID case in any of my locations. The owners have been doing it right. We don't let someone come up. It doesn't matter what state you're in. If your state isn't requiring a mask, we require the mask. So we've got our own rules in the We Rock the Spectrum franchise. And that's what we're following. And I don't care how rural the city is, where, We Rock the Spectrum is, we've got our protocol. And I'm so proud to say that we have safely taken care of hundreds of children for first responders and healthcare workers.
And what are these folks saying to you, Dina? Because you have to have been like a godsend to them. Because they knew they needed to go to work, but this was a problem across the board that people were like, where are my kids going to be? They can't be in school. So what kinds of things are they saying to you, Dina? They've got to be just so appreciative.
They're so appreciative. I will tell you, the hardest part has been sticking within the numbers. For example, my location's very small. So we can't have more than 10 people. That's including, you know, workers or one-to-ones if they have special needs. So it's saying no. You know, we've had a wait list in Tarzana for almost 8 weeks. So of course the kiddos that have been coming in, they're so appreciative. The parents, I mean, tears. We've seen a lot of tears.
I'm sure.
And we're just showing, I mean, our gratitude, our appreciation, because as you know, if we can't keep their kids, you know, safe, okay, you know, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if I get sick? I need them okay, right? So let us at least do our part so that we can take care of our kiddos so they can continue saving lives for us, or putting, you know, food on the table in the grocery stores. You know, you don't really realize what's essential. I mean, this has been such a lesson to learn. Well, we got to eat, right? We got to eat. We got to go to work. We got to save lives. We have to, you know, provide the prescriptions for, you know, loved ones that are sick, or, you know, it's just, there's so much out that we didn't realize. And I have to tell you, when this first happened, Shannon, I'm like, we're essential, because I have a child with special needs and he has to be, okay, having OT. No, we weren't considered. So once we turned it and made it to where we are only taking care of the essential care workers, it's been great. Now, what we've been able to do in some countries, which is amazing, is do what's called private facility hire. So parents are actually renting the gym just for their family, say like at $50 an hour, or, you know, $75 for 90 minutes, and they get the whole gym to themselves. And this is for our special needs community. So that's what we're able to do for them as well. It's been
crazy good.
It's been an incredible journey. It's been hard. I'm not going to lie. You know, I've been going Facebook Live every single day in my private Facebook group for my owners, encouraging them. You know, there's such innovators out there. And I think we all needed this to happen to see what, I mean, it's been amazing. I've never been more proud, okay, of my babies, okay, not just my children, but all my We Rock babies ever in this journey. It's been truly exhilarating to watch the drive, the passion, that I'm not giving up. I feel like I need to put my arm up and say, fight. They're fighting, you know, they're warriors. Really.
Yes. And you know, so proud of you, but you mentioned that you guys have some safety protocols in place that are extraordinary and that other people could learn from. And that, you know, 8 weeks and you haven't had a single case. Talk a little bit about, I mean, you talked about that you do masks and there's gloves and everything, but you mentioned some sort of electrostatic, what did you say?
So there's a spray. Exactly. So in the hospital, you'll see, I don't know, I hope you've never had to, you know, see that, but unfortunately, you know, we've all got our health stuff. You know, myself, my son and my daughter, we suffer from Crohn's disease. So we've been in and out of hospitals a lot. So we've seen how they go in there every day and they spray this mist. And when this hit, we found, you know, looked around and said, okay, what can we do? We need to behave like we're a hospital, okay? Because we're taking care of these kids that daily can be exposed, okay, to COVID-19. So one, we had to search for a product, okay, that we knew killed COVID-19, okay, that was EPA approved, which how are products going to be COVID-19 approved this fast, right? Well, guess what? We found one. We found one out there. And then what we did is we found a different device. It's very expensive. Okay, the electrostatic, you know, the machines themselves. So we found something very similar like it that can be done daily, okay? Because there's a lot of these companies out there that misrepresent the product. Okay, you know what? You can spray once a week, okay, and it kills, you know, all the bacteria. Well, what happens when that dries? It doesn't continue to kill for 9 days, like they say. It doesn't. And we had a little angel, okay, who has a company that does this, loved what we were doing, and came by, okay, the gym and gave us free God-sent information and said, listen, I love what you're doing, but I have to be honest with you. The spray that I do in these other companies that I know that you're using, it will not kill COVID-19 for 9 days, like it says. It won't. You need to spray every day. And that was it. Went Facebook Live in my owners group, you know, get this machine. As a matter of fact, will you bring me over the little machine? That would be great. I have AJ, our community manager of We Rock Corporate, bringing it over. I want to show, because if I can help other companies, you know, when they're opening up.
Show us. People need to know.
This is what it is, okay? This was bought, okay, online from Amazon, okay? You know when you go and you're managing your garden, okay, and you're spraying, you know, whatever products you do, because I'm not a gardener. I'll be honest with you, but it's got this spray, okay, and it's got this device, and AJ actually has been amazing. And here, and it's a mister, okay? So every day at the end of the day, which we've been open from 8:30 until 3 o'clock. Thank you, AJ. Every single day.
Thank you, AJ.
We go in there and we spray down the whole gym. Now, of course, we've removed the soft play toys, anything, fabric, we've removed from the gym entirely. And that's our daily regimen. That's our daily regimen, and then of course, every hour we're wiping down, doorknobs and everything. And it doesn't matter if you're gloved up. And a lot of people, and I've seen some incredible nurses talk about this live via social media, is you have to have, your sanitizer by you, even if you're wearing gloves. Okay, so if you touch something, well, gloves serve no purpose. Boom, you need to sanitize. So the girls are sanitizing, literally several times an hour, and just giving love and play and laughter to these children and not treating them any different. We do have little X's on the ground to keep the kiddos 6 feet apart when they're in line for the zip line or for the trampoline. And the difference is, instead of sitting, right next to each other, it's every other chair, where the kiddos are sitting. And I am proud to say, here we are, it is May 7th, and we're doing it. We're doing
That's
it.
Right.
We've kept these families and these children safe throughout this quarantine. I'm proud.
Well, you should be proud, because it's a huge thing, and it's something for other companies to look at and go, okay, this is doable, as everybody goes to reopen, Dina, because there's a lot of trepidation right now, and things are starting to reopen, and states are starting to reopen, and everybody's got to be reasonable, but I think the fear has been like so much unknown, but like you're a case study, 8 weeks, and you guys have been killing it, literally.
Yeah, COVID-19, absolutely. And anything else, really. It also kills, it kills 99.9% of, bacteria and viruses, the product that we use.
Wow.
Well, and I want to tell the public out there, we are more than happy to share, the steps in what we do. Please reach out, email us, at reception@wrtsfranchise.com. We would love to share, the products and our method, what we do, because anything that we can do to keep other businesses, safe out there, we're happy to do. I
love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So thank you for like doing such a great job, especially for our first responders. If you, and as you said, that, the word essential has changed so much, right? Because we would have said 9 weeks ago, what was essential would have been very different than what we say it is today. And, God bless all these people that are going, the nurses and the doctors, but also, as you said, the delivery people and the grocery workers. It's absolutely amazing. And I have wondered how those people were going to be able to take care of their kids while they were helping us. But if you just think about the pebble in the pond, right? That you threw the pebble into the pond and said, I'm going to take care of those first responders' kids. And then those first responders were able to take care of a whole bunch of other people who were able to take care of a whole bunch of other people. You've set in motion, I would venture that you've probably saved many, many lives, Dina.
I haven't looked at it like that, but hearing that, you're going to make me cry again. I've been like a big emotional, wreck seeing this in the best way possible, seeing these incredible things happen. But I have to tell you, obviously the mission and what we do is essential, because actually during this 8-week quarantine, we brought on 2 new locations. We sold 2 new franchises. I don't know what other franchise will continue to sell their mission or their product, but what we do is essential. And people, knew that, guess what, this is going to happen. It's going to open back up. And we brought on a new location in Boston, and another new location in, what did we just open, guys? In Baltimore. So just that's within the last couple of weeks. So
all right, I'm sorry, I interrupt you. But since you're talking about locations, let's stop for a second and tell people where should they go to look? If somebody's watching this and they're like, I don't know if there's a We Rock near me, what's the best way to look for that, Dina?
Well, as a whole, as a franchise, the great part is every single one of our locations, has a page or, a screen that shows the locations for the whole franchise itself. But if you want to do it more swiftly, just go to WRTSfranchise.com. info@WRTSfranchise.com is our email. You can also go on social media, which is We Rock the Spectrum, our headquarters page. And again, see all of our locations there as well. We also have an app now, and it's free. So yes, we've got the little cute, I will tell you, the Rock Boy app. It's very cute. And you can find all the locations on the app now. And that's another thing. Our app has become essential to reopening this franchise. We're going to be running everything through the app. So literally we're going to have customers outside the door and they're going to be logging on. Here I am with my hands again, so you can see me via Zoom, logging on and checking in their kiddos online and paying that way and then entering the door.
Wonderful. We got a couple of people who've written in and said some things. We've got Scotland watching right now.
Oh, I love it.
I have been immersed for the last, month. My husband and I are watching Outlander. I had read the books in the 90s, but so I'm learning the dialect. We're Scottish. I'm of Scottish origin, and so is my husband. But I didn't know till we did our genealogy. Shannon, I thought I was Irish. No, I'm Scottish. I am descended of royal Scottish royalty. There. Now it's out there. You can tell because I'm like, no, those rules don't apply to me. People are writing in and saying good morning, good evening. And people are saying they found you and they're so appreciative. They've seen some of your videos. Let's talk, Dina, because you have a whole other website that's about serving the community. Let's talk a little bit about that.
We do, and I've been able to do some great work through that as well. So that's called Rocking the Spectrum with Dina Kimmel. And it's basically a library from A to Z, different videos, how to, get through really the whole life, okay, from, I would say, birth to adulthood of a child on the autism spectrum or sensory processing disorder, Down syndrome, really any special ability, as I call it. I don't call them disabilities, okay? Our children are people of determination. I learned that incredible 2 words when I was in Dubai opening up, and I loved it how the Sheikh Mohammed said, these are not children of disabilities, these are people of determination. So that's the verbiage that I use. But what we did is we offered a free membership. So during this quarantine time, we've offered a free membership. I mean, it's usually $9.99 a month, but it doesn't matter. Every dollar counts right now when you're not bringing in any dollars. So we've offered that membership free, and people have been able to go online and watch my videos. And, I call them Mama D's Motivational Minutes. And today we're going to talk about fear. Today we're going to talk about, paying it forward. Every day it's something new that I can bring to the public. And really it's therapy for me also. It feels good. It feels good to be able to, have these emails written in. I've been also going live via Zoom. I'm going live. We have a location opening up soon in Ireland. And so I'm coming on as guest speakers for, the community in their Dublin and their, in their area. And anyone out there, please, like I said, if you need it, you need that support, please just email in and I'll be there for you. Again, this is all free of charge. That's not why I did this. As you know, it's not why I became a franchise. I became a franchise of We Rock the Spectrum to help families, to help kids. And it's, a lot of people think the special needs diagnosis is just about the child. It's not. It's greatly about the person who's taking care of that child. That's who needs the support.
Yeah. And I love that you brought up the franchise again, because there are probably people who are watching who have, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to retract it a little bit, but not found their niche, right? I think that part of this journey is that you start out and you got to get your feet under you, right? And when you're trying to get your feet under you, you're looking for help and support. And, we do a show here that tries to do that, but let's face it, it's an hour a day. And sometimes you need more than that. So if you're looking for support to get through, any phase of the journey, you can go to Rock on the Spectrum and you can find that. And Dina, honestly, Dina's one of the best people to talk to you about, because she's no nonsense, right? But she's super positive and she knows how to kick it into action. But she's also not going to blow smoke up your tushy. You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to tell you it's easy when it's not easy. But if you want to be with somebody who's positive and moving, man, Dina will take care of that for you. But I do think that along the way, what I've seen anyway, Dina, is that parents, there's like a shifting point once they get some support for themselves and their kids start to make progress, then they're on their way. But there's another shift where they find their place. And everybody has a place in this community, and it looks different on every person, right? And some moms, go and volunteer at the school, and some dads will go and coach the team that their kids are on, whatever it is. But some people have found that they need a home, a place where they can be, where their kids can be, where they can be working, earning an honest living, not, necessarily, becoming millionaires. It's not about that, but a place where you can work and be with your kids and your kids have resources. And a lot of those people have found you and said, I want to be an entrepreneur like you. And that's why you have so many gyms, because people have seen what you're doing and they want to be a part of it. And I've said many times that, our paths were running like this because Autism Live was just starting when you were starting We Rock. But if I had been a little later on Autism Live, or if you had been a little earlier, I would be an owner. I would. This is exactly what I would have done.
You would have been an amazing owner, but I can't imagine you without Autism Live. I can't. So I'm grateful for that. But I'll tell you something, Shannon. You know what's happening now is that a lot of businesses sadly are closing their doors and they're not going to be able to reopen. Okay. They've lost everything. So now we're getting a lot of inquiries coming in. Matter of fact, as soon as, the world said we're going to be reopening, all of a sudden all the inquiries are coming in. We have the We Rock on Wheels mobile. So we also kept that into play. So we kept that into play during the quarantine also. We were driving the bus to one family, especially the special needs families, driving the bus to their homes in their driveway, and their kiddos had 2 hours on that bus. For $99. I mean, literally it was just to cover my staff and give that support. So now we're having people call in and go, I need a new business. Okay. So how much does it cost to have the bus franchise? And, these are all, to become a We Rock the Spectrum owner is one of the most feasible franchises that you can step into. And again, we're here to work with people. This is also, I feel like a time where we're all realizing, okay, you know what, we might have to shift our career, and this is, this is happening. So we're getting a lot of those inquiries coming in saying, I've lost my restaurant. Okay. I've lost my hair salon. I've lost my shoe repair store, but I have a child on the spectrum. Do you think this would be a fit for me? And that's what I didn't expect. So that's been, I feel grateful for it. And I'm also very sad, I'm sad for, really so many families and businesses who have not been as fortunate as we have been to be able to, keep our doors open, really.
And it is sad. And change is always hard. But I've been comparing this to autism for a couple of weeks and saying that, in the beginning, when autism came and we were like, oh no, this isn't going to be what I thought it was going to be. And we went through a period of grief, and then we might even have gone through a period of denial, right? But then we started on the path of doing what we needed to do. And eventually we got to a place where we thought, I can't even imagine my life being any different. Absolutely. And we find the blessings along the way. And, I know that our lives changed exponentially when our child was diagnosed with autism. And when I look back on it, I just can't imagine it any other way. And I think that we're going to get to a point where 10 years down the road from now, there are going to be people who say, I started a new career because of what happened with COVID and the Great Isolation. And wow, and that led me to this, which led me to this, which led me to this. And that they'll see that this was the path, that this was the thing that needed to happen. We're just in the scary phase of it right now, the unknown phase, the beginning phase. And that's hard. But I love somebody said, stop saying we're all in this together, because we're not all in this together, because we're all in the same storm, but everybody's boat looks different.
Very different. Very,
right.
Very. Some people have become homeless. Some people have moved in with, other loved ones. Some people, again, they're in shelters, not just here in Los Angeles, but other places around the world. And some people are on the streets because of all this happening. And then there's the people who are lifestyles, the rich and famous, and they're living on their yachts. And, they've decided to go to, the Caribbean during this time. So it is very different. Yes, we're all in the same storm. That's a great way to put it. And I appreciate you bringing that up because, you hear that a lot on the news. Oh, we're all in this together. You're absolutely right, Shannon. We are all on the same, isolation, quarantine journey. But our paths, our roads have been very, very different. And if you're in the special needs community and you have a young one, unlike you and I, where our kids are now older and more regulated, I can't even imagine. I'll tell you right now, my COO, Gail Field, okay, her son is still younger. And in the state of Florida, ABA therapists will not go to a child's home. Okay, they're not even doing teletherapy there. It makes me sick. So here I'm watching her son and her struggle so hard as he's regressing. I mean, this is what, again, the world doesn't see, the regression. I mean, I'm looking at the whole world right now. Whoever's watching this show, I feel your pain. I see it. I know what you guys are going through, and it's awful. But, you know, hang in there. You know, we're almost at the end of it. But I just can't believe, here we got the huge state of Florida, okay, and they won't do teletherapy with kids for behavior issues? I mean, what the heck? Gabriel's had 2 computers open every day. Can't believe this kid's on, okay, 8 hours a day, okay, of school. I can't believe they're doing that to him. It's been very tough. But he's
hanging?
Oh, he's hanging. He's got 1 computer up, okay, with his companion on it. He's got the other computer up with his class. She's in the class. And he's doing OT, okay, on, okay, the computer. And guess what? My 12-year-old learned how to cook. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I think if we never had this quarantine, he would have never learned these things, these life skills. So again, those of you out there, if your state or your city is still not offering that, please, you know, email in and ask us, and we can give you great tools and videos to help, because this stinks. I just, like I said, I look at who is just, again, my right hand in this company, Gail, and I think, I can't imagine. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having still a little one with severe behaviors, okay, regressing and out of their routine. Okay. Again, as you said, we're all in this, okay, in this isolation together, but very, very differently. Very differently.
Wow. Well, so now we are hearing rumblings in different states about opening. Some states have already opened back up and others are getting ready to. What is your timeline to reopen, Dina?
Well, you know, we're living in the same nearby area, you and I, so we know it's around the corner. Looks like the 15th for us. But, you know, the great thing, and I'm telling also the other owners who are going, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I think we're more nervous about the outside public, you know, and I remind them, you're just going to keep doing what you're already doing. That's the great thing. We've already have these safety precautions in place. It's nothing new. Now, what I want my owners to do is tell their world and their community what we're doing. So that's what we're taking time to this next 2 weeks, as again, their states or their county or city reopens, is letting them know, you know what, this is what we're doing. It's safe. You can come back into We Rock. We are doing it safely. We're definitely promoting, I would say, you know, regarding birthday parties and gatherings, drop off. We don't want the parents in the gym. No offense, love you, but we're now, you know, really changing our model, you know, our business model, you know, now to drop off. Okay. And the public's appreciative of it. It's getting a huge, you know, huge response. They're appreciative. They're still nervous, but again, we can't say we're 100%, you know, foolproof. We're not, but we're going to do our best. We're going to continue doing our best.
That's right. Absolutely right. So, and you mentioned that I can't believe your son is doing 8 hours a day. Like, I'm not hearing anybody else doing that, but I want to know, like, personally in your family, how everybody's doing and coping, and you know, and if you have any tips or tricks for how you guys, because I keep saying that there's such a difference, even in our household. You know, I'm working more hours than I've ever worked. And so, you know, to the point where I've had to say, I got to slow down a little bit because I don't want to miss this time with my son, you know, and he's busy. My kid is busy and he's happy as a clam, but he's only having school like 2 hours a day.
Ugh, I wish.
Yeah. So, well, you know, but he's got other projects that he's doing. But my husband, on the other hand, is, you know, furloughed. And so he has occasional stuff, like he's doing some voiceover stuff from time to time, but he's, you know, he's Mr. Leisure.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, we haven't had that in our house, I will tell you.
Really?
I'd say the most leisure in our household is my daughter, Sophia, who, like your son, has school a couple hours a day and that's it. But it's interesting. Guess what? She now is in on Gabriel's OT sessions. She, this morning, I'm not kidding you, I have a video of it, is flipping crepes. She's making crepes, okay, for the whole family. My daughter wouldn't even go near a stove. She had a phobia. Okay, mommy was cooking her low carb tortillas on the stove, okay, about 5 years ago, and they all caught on fire. Okay, and she's like, PTSD, mommy. All of a sudden, Gabriel is having OT via the computer. He's in the kitchen. He's making like this tenderloin, and he's cooking. And Sophia admitted it this morning. She goes, I got jealous, mommy. I heard you, yes, I love that my almost 16-year-old still calls me mommy. I got jealous that Gabriel was getting all this attention and kudos of cooking. So I started and I said, and look at this. If we never had this quarantine, you would not be making breakfast for everybody.
That's awesome.
Listen, my husband has been lucky. Okay. Right now he still has his shows, like your husband, he's in the industry. He does sound for TV and film, but guess what? Everything stopped filming. So a month or two from now, he's not going to have a show, okay, for several months until they, start filming again. Me, myself, listen, yes, I have so much more time with my kids, but I've also had to do what you're doing. You're supporting your community out there in the world, and I'm supporting, mine, and as well as being, really 10 times over more supportive as a corporate team. I couldn't do this without my corporate team. My team has been amazing. We have half of us on Zoom, okay, and half of us, here. I'm like, okay, you guys can all still stay on payroll, but you know what? You got to be on Zoom, okay? We need to all work together because we need that. We need to support one another. We're dealing.
But how are you managing all? Because honestly, Dina, between working and there's all the things for the household, and there's the ordering the groceries. Like, how are you getting all that done?
Thank God for Amazon Fresh. Okay. Literally, last night, I was here at the office, and everyone texted me their order, and there I am. I'm on the computer, and I, wake up this morning, and there's my husband who's up early doing exercise. I mean, my husband's in the best shape of his life. Everyone else is gaining weight. Okay. I seem to be hanging in there myself, but everyone, else is gaining weight, and he's getting in the best shape of his life because all he has time to do, right, is run and exercise. But there he is unloading, 20 bags of groceries this morning. I'm utilizing what the world's given us out there. We're really trying to support our local, restaurants and businesses. Our oven has been broken during this whole quarantine. No oven, but Gabriel in one of his OT sessions learned how to use the barbecue. So we've been basically barbecuing 5 days a week. Okay. And that's been great. But listen, it hasn't been easy. I have a daughter who has a great deal of anxiety as well. We needed to bring in some help. So I'm seeking help too. Listen, I'd say the best leaders out there, empower those who are around her. And, I reach out for help. When I needed, I reach out for help, and we did. So
such a good role model.
Well, it took time. Listen, it takes time. It's not easy, like you said, for any of us. Listen, it's all relative. We're blessed. We have a roof over our head, and we're very lucky. But of course, the revenue stream stops as a franchise. If no one's paying for their kiddos to come in, the franchise revenue has stopped. But you know what? We're okay. We're doing okay. Like I said, we brought on a couple new owners, and I'm telling you, by the grace of God, the world out there actually sees that, this business is going to continue on. Matter of fact, we're going to be the place where people want to go to, because they know that we're going to take care of their kiddos. But like you, Shannon, the balance isn't always easy. We do our best, right? We do our best. We can't say we're doing a great job. We're doing our best.
But you look great and you sound great, and what you're doing is amazing. And I can't wait to hear what you do next, because it's always something with you, Dina Kimmel.
Well, it's you're continuing on via Zoom.
Yeah, and we've been doing extra shows sometimes public and sometimes for a private audience. But yes, we've been busy. I mean, like, how can you not be in this community? But as we move back to opening up, and as you are reopening gyms and all of those things, and we hope that eventually we're going to get back to a place where we don't have to have tape on the floor, and we don't have to be, isolating from each other. And you mentioned you got a whole bunch in the work. Where are you getting ready to open, or can you even say, is it a state secret?
No, it's not a state secret. Listen, the state of Texas, the state of Florida, the state of California, many of them, Illinois, they're lifting right now. But again, my friend,
I meant the new gyms.
The new gyms. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Because, the person from Scotland said, I'm so enjoying this, even though we're living in the UK, but you just said Ireland. That you're getting ready to open in Ireland. And do you have any in the UK? You certainly could.
No, we
at
need
some
we
point?
need more locations in the UK, and the UK is about to blow up because again, this new partnership that I told you that's come on board, that they're bringing on really 100 new locations. That includes buses as well. The UK is definitely going to be a place where we're going to be. So, hello Scotland out there, we're coming your way. In the meantime, take a quick flight over to Ireland. We've got Mecca and Anil, our owners there, are amazing. They've been going Facebook Live even though their doors aren't open yet. They're securing their location. But yes, we're really excited. We're really excited. We also have, as you know, in Canada and Saudi is another new state that we just brought on. We're really excited because the resources there are so limited. And so truly the need there is great. But again, we brought on a new state in Massachusetts. We're very excited to be adding a WeRock there. And it's interesting. I remember being interviewed like 5 years ago, and it was right when I was opening up and becoming a franchise. And the person, I think it was the Franchise Times magazine, and she said, so, well, what's your goal? What's your 5-year goal? And I said, well, my 5-year goal would be, if we could go international. And, I hit that goal after just under 3 years. It was amazing. And their next question was, well, when are you going to stop? So when are you done? I said, when am I going to stop? Okay. I'm never going to stop. A WeRock is needed wherever there's a community. So this is ongoing. This has now become the franchise that's needed, for children. And I don't even consider this a business, Shannon. This is the love of my life. This is the love of my life. I've got a very supportive husband who says, you are the richest, poorest person I know. You put every dollar you make, Dina, back into the company to helping, your owners be as successful as they can be, or doing what you're doing. The nonprofit is being funded by my incredible husband, and I. And so really, all these first responders, it's been on us, and my other board member who I'm so grateful for. And we're just proud. We know that paying it forward is the right thing to do.
Well, you should be proud. You're doing a lot of really good things. Somebody wrote in, well, first of all, Dana wrote in and said hello to us. We love Dana.
Hello, Dana.
And somebody wrote in and said that they shared, their closest gym is apparently a little far away, but they shared it to help out friends that are close by, but that they would like to see one in Portland, Oregon.
I would love to be in Portland. So I lived not too far from there a couple years ago, 25 years ago. Oh my God. I just hit the big 50. So I'm having I just, I don't feel 50. Well, some days I do, but anyway, I really don't. But I lived there 25 years ago and I love that area. We definitely need one in Portland. So if you're not the person, put the word out there. We need you. It could be you.
That's right. That's right. And one of the things that I love, when everything is whatever the new normal, when we get back to whatever we're getting back to, I have loved the gyms for so many reasons. It's a great place. I mean, all the things that you guys are asking for right now, it's all of those things. You guys are asking for, I need something to do with my kids, right? And I need something to do on a day when the weather is inappropriate, whether that's that it's too hot or it's too cold or it's raining or whatever, right? You need something to take the kids to do. And you don't want it to be super expensive. And you don't, like, I've taken my kid to Chuck E. Cheese before, right? And you spend 10 minutes and you're already out $25 and you haven't accomplished anything. And your kid isn't any the richer for having been there. They haven't had an experience that's going to help them in their life, right? And it's like, boom, right? But at the WeRock, the Spectrum Kids gyms, first of all, your kids are working out their yayas, which means they're going to sleep better. You're going to have a better life that night. And your kids are growing muscles and they're learning skills, really wonderful skills.
Absolutely.
When we think about all that fine motor and gross motor stuff, that has to be worked out. It's not like you just give a kid an exercise to do once and you're like, well, great. That's like me going to the gym once and going, all right, why am I not thin? Right? I still haven't figured that equation. But what it also does right now, Dina, we've got so many parents that are writing in and saying, I just need a break.
Yeah.
I just need a break. I just need an hour where I'm not responsible for their every need.
Come to a WeRock the Spectrum, now more than ever, please know, out there that you can, just drop off your kids, because that's the thing. The gyms, let this be a great thing to worry about. But I said to them, I said, you guys are going to have to take reservations. I said, because again, there cannot be more than 10 people, even after we open. I put in strict guidelines until we see that there is at least an antiviral out. I mean, yes, you know, we've got some hopeful drugs that are assisting, but we're limiting our capacity, you know, one person per 150 square feet. That's our rule as a franchise.
That's a good rule.
Yeah. So really, please bring your kids to us, drop them off, go to the restaurant that is allowing 25%, you know, capacity, and go have a date with your husband. I'll tell you, this is either made or break. I know, as you and I will both say, many relationships, marriages, you know, partnerships or what have you. I'm very grateful. You know, I've survived my husband being home for the last 2 months. God bless you. I love you out there. You know,
Right.
Kimmel, he's putting a new air conditioning unit in our home right now. Can you imagine the air went out with 100-degree weather?
Stop.
Yeah, no, I'm
your
not
stove and your air conditioner.
Yes,
My
yes.
goodness, girl.
And my husband's been much more, even though I'm the one with the compromised immune system, he's been the one who's, you know, much more, you know, concerned and careful, and basically putting me in this little bubble. And he won't let someone come in to fix our oven. And just recently, you know, today he finally let someone come with the air conditioning, because both of our kids slept in our room last night, because thankfully that's got its own unit. So there we were, we're schwitzing, we're sweating. I'm telling you, when it rains, it pours. But I really put things into perspective. There are people who have lost their lives out there. And I want to tell all of you who are watching, please, my heart, my compassion goes to you guys to not be able to be there with your loved ones on those last minutes. I can't even fathom what all of, you know, the world out there has gone through. I can't. And that's what breaks my heart. I just continue to pray every day for those families who have lost loved ones and have not been able to be there in those last moments. You know, my next door neighbor 2 weeks ago had a stroke. Her husband has not been able to go there. Okay. She's nonverbal now, not speaking. I mean, I just, again, what we have going on in my house is this big. Right. I'm going to continue to focus on others, as do you, and try and make a difference every day.
It's hard. I mean, it's and as we said, everybody's load has been different. But I gotta say, I don't think it's been easy for anybody, but infinitely harder for other people. But I really want to encourage people to find out more about the We Rock near you, and if there isn't one near you, you know, that's an interesting dilemma, isn't it? It's a quality problem. My husband and I talk all the time about. I'm a great one for sitting back and letting somebody else do something. Like if I go to a PTA meeting or something like that, and they say, well, we need somebody to run this, I'm never the person who goes, oh, me. I'll sit, because I make somebody I'm a very good member of the team. If somebody says, I really want to do that, I'm happy to be on your team. I don't need to be the boss of everything. But if I sit and I wait and I see that nobody is doing it, I will jump in with both feet. So maybe you're sitting there and you're like, I'm hoping that somebody else will open up the gym. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you that's supposed to do it. So if you've been waiting and it's not happening, perhaps it's the thing to do. And they can reach out to you at the, say it again, because letters, you know, I know it stands for We Rock the Spectrum, but what it's
WRTSfranchise.com. And again, you know, I'm telling you know, you already know this, Shannon, everyone out there, we're not the typical franchise. We don't give you a handbook and say, here, run your business. We are there every single step of the way to helping you, you know, find your location or build out your fit out for your bus. And we don't leave you, you know, we don't leave you. Even after, and you say you don't need us, we're still checking on you minimum once a week. How are you doing? What can we do? We fly, you know, I fly out my team. Just sometimes people just need that support. So this is different. We're a family. You know, everyone says, oh, are you going to, you know, sell the franchise off to somebody? So I'm like, no, this started because of, you know, little Rock Boy. This is actually a little mold of Gabriel at 2.5 years old. And we're not going anywhere. And again, anyone that comes in our franchise, we treat like family.
Well, and it is like a big family. The word I was using was tribe, because I've been there before when you've had all your franchise or most of them together, and to have a get together and a party. And they're a great group of people. My goodness, I've never met people with bigger hearts, and they all look up to you. That's why they call you Mama D, because you take care of everybody. And
they're my heroes.
You're amazing. And you know, when people have asked me, you know, many years ago, I had this idea that I wanted to do this sensitive Santa thing, and I knew I couldn't do it without you. And she was the first person I ran to, and I said, look, I've got this idea of something that I want to do. And so we've been doing the sensitive Santa. We've lost track of whether it's 5 years or 6 years or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
But we do that at her flagship location. But you know, it's almost like it's such a great event in that the families that we get to meet every year, and some of them have been there every single year. This last year, we had that one dad that I think decimated both of us, that we could remember when he came in with his little, and that little kid wasn't able to go up to Santa, wasn't able to do anything. But this time, you know, walked right in there and he was like, Santa, I'm back. and the dad was just weeping. You and I were weeping. It was absolutely amazing. But I gotta say, you know, there's lots of sensitive Santa events all over the country now. But I've got to say, I do think that the reason why that event is so special is not because we give away, you know, $100,000 worth of free toys, although that makes it fun. But it's because it's at the gym. And the thing that works about our sensitive Santa is that the kids aren't waiting in line, they're playing.
They're playing. It's you and your family and team also, Shannon.
No, I really disagree. It's because it's at the gym, and because other sensitive Santas, the kids still have to wait in line to see Santa. And that's the part that doesn't work. That's the part that makes it so that when you finally get in to be with Santa, that you're already set up for not the most success. The kids are anxious, they're sensory overload, they're, you know, and you only have that 1 minute to get it right and to take pictures and do whatever. Whereas at your gym, they get to come in and see Santa after playing. And if it doesn't have the hearts and rainbows and the flowers on it that first time, they get to go play again. And then they get to come back later on in the hour.
But let me tell you also, though, you have the Santa that goes to the car if needed. You have the Santa who will go to the person in the wheelchair sitting out in front of the gym and give them a present, and, you know, let them, you know, if they're nonverbal, verbal, whatever it is, let them express, you know, their gratitude and pleasure for seeing Santa Claus, maybe for the first time ever. So it really is the Santa. We're a great team. We're a great team, you and
Wow. Yes, I will admit to you, we have the best Santa. He's pretty awesome. And I love him like nobody's business. But anyway, we're running out of time here. So Dina, what have we not talked about that we need to tell people? Because we got about 3.5 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I feel like this is a time, you know, I've spoken to a lot of families, you know, one-on-one who have needed the support. I feel like this is really, truly a time to make sure that you have your fears versus facts, right? Okay. For as you reopen in your city, in your area, fear is absolutely debilitating. Okay. Focus on not having that word in your life. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to have concerns over what happens next, but get the right information. Get the right information out there, or you are going to be sitting in your home, okay, for the next 3 months, and you don't need to be. So really, I want to get that out there to the world that, you know what, yes, we're all scared. We're all scared of this virus that there's still not a vaccine for. But you know what, if you do things smartly, if you need help, if you want advice on how to do it, please reach out to us. Email in at info@wrtsfranchise.com. Someone will get back to you within an hour. Okay, so please, again, remember that fear is debilitating. Okay, it's debilitating so many people out there right now. Okay, they are so scared, and it breaks my heart because I know what fear has done in my life, you know, in many decades ago, and it keeps you stuck. It's time to move forward, all of us. Again, it's got to be at your pace. You need to do it smartly. You need to wear your mask, even though your city says that you don't need to do it. Okay, again, not just to protect yourself, but to protect others. And reach out for help. That's what I want to tell everyone. Reach out for help. You're not alone in this. Okay. You're not. And we just so happen to be, a great mission to where that's what we do. We're here to help people. We're here to help families. You don't have to have a special needs child for us to be there for you as a company. We have many different locations. Any one of our franchisees, our owners, will do exactly what I will do for the community. So if you don't have a Re-Rock in your area, reach out to us and me personally. I will hop on Zoom for you in a second and help you through it, or we will give you the tools what you need.
There you go. And I just want to put in a plug for the Rock on the Spectrum with Dina. Go there. Right now you were saying it's free, Dina, but even when it's the $9.99 a month, when you think about, there are many of you that, for instance, tune in to watch this and you want more. And I'm not available to give you more. Imagine being able to have endless amounts of Dina. Plus, Dina even has, you have the ability to, just like you can get the gym for an hour, or you can get the portable, the mobile gym, the bus for an hour or 2 hours and rent it. There's a very affordable way that you can get an hour of Dina's time and to be sitting and having a conversation about whatever you want with Dina, which is invaluable. And I know that, for some of you, you're like, I just need more, and that's available to you if that's something that you're really interested in. So where do they go to find that, Dina?
Thank you, Shannon. It's rockingthespectrum.com. And again, as you said, right now I'm just donating all my time. And I will be for a while, for many months, until, like I said, until we have a antiviral, a vaccine. I'm donating my time to the world and community. That's what we're about, because you know what? I wish I had that. Matter of fact, that's how Rocking the Spectrum started. I was going to all different places to trying to find those resources. If I could have had this one spot like Rocking the Spectrum, to go to, it would have made things so much easier. I didn't know you back then. When my son was first diagnosed, there were those first couple people who told me about the, movie theaters with the sensitive lights and these, gluten-free, which my son, needed to be gluten-free, as I know your son as well. So I'm honored to be able to be that person. So let me help you. I want to tell the public, let me be there for you guys. Let me and my team be there for you.
You're amazing. And I can't imagine anybody better to feature in this week of Mother's Day. I hope that you have an amazing Mother's Day. I hope you get to take some time off and just feel the love of your kiddos who think that the sun rises and sets in you. They are so lucky to have you for a mom. And we just appreciate you so much. Check out We Rock the Spectrum and check out Rockin' the Spectrum with Dina, and write to her because she's a pretty amazing person. I just adore you.
I adore you. You're going to make me cry, but thank you.
Mutual admiration society here. But honestly, have so much respect for you and just adore you. And I do want to be you when I grow up. Even though you are significantly younger than me, I still want to be you when I grow up. But love you. Please give everybody there, because I love your whole staff too. You have good people. Good people attract good people. And I will talk to you. Oh, hey, would you do me a favor? I want to know, I want to be connected with your cleaning, the person who did the cleaning thing.
Oh, you mean your
spray,
the brand that we use?
Yes. Okay. So will you connect me?
Absolutely.
I appreciate you. I'll
connect anyone else. Again, okay. Right in, we'll let you know where to go and where to purchase everything. We want to share that with people, because that's the only way to keep this out of your business.
I want to share it with my son's school. So there we go. Good. All right. Thank you. Love you so. Hey guys, tomorrow we have this crazy, crazy show where we've got so many different things. We're going to be featuring, of course, Nancy will be here for Let's Talk Autism with Shannon and Nancy. We're going to be featuring Spectrum Labs. They've got a new film that's going to be out in film festivals that they want to talk about, with some new distance things that projects that they're going to be doing that you guys will love to hear about. We've got our autism expert, Hitomi Wada, is going to be with us answering some questions that you guys have sent in. And then we have an amazing mother-son team. Son is on the spectrum. He's a beautiful singer, and he's going to be here with his mom for us to celebrate Mother's Day. So that's going to be wonderful.
That's great.
Until tomorrow. Give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Thank you so much, Dina. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.